Hello and welcome to KmanGaming. I am Kman and this is Satisfactory Multiplayer. But we're going to do another one of those episodes where it's just me having a play around and seeing if I can make something look a little bit better. And honestly, I hate this. I hate this. It's the multi-layer factory. It's one of the first complicated factories that we did. It's all backed up there. Look, we can see everything's backed up. It's finished. I just don't like the way it looks. I tried to box it all in. There's no wall on the side. It looks ugly. There's levels for the sake of having levels, and it's just a weird shape, and I really don't like it. With the new IKEA, let's just go over and run over there. With the new IKEA that we've got, we do have some new truck stops. And ideally, I'd like to start making this this road here an actual road. I think this probably needs a little bit of a redesign, but I'd like to make this an actual road, and maybe we could have the modular frames being taken up and down and all the way over to IKEA over there and start making this a bit of a thoroughfare. It does. Do you know what? I do need to absolutely change the way these pylons look as well. We're getting a little bit hectic with the pylons. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking today. I think let's tear this down. Let's rebuild it from the ground up. Let's see what we can make as an alternative and see if we can make something that just looks a little bit prettier than what we've currently got. And there we go. It is gone, and I've got a whole load of materials now sat in that new what's it called, in that new industrial storage there. So I think I want to set this up slightly differently. Okay, I think I want a separate smelting factory which might go up there, because I think we could do some fun things with clipping the smelters through the walls and making that look like a little industrial furnace place just over here. Maybe even that comes off the side of the cliff and everything goes upwards. But I think that could look quite cool. And then maybe something down here, like just in the middle of this area here, so that this square bit there. I think that could look quite cool. It is all in a valley, you see, so I'll have to build that up a little bit. But I think that could be quite something. I suppose the first task though is let's get these up and see how that looks. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start by just creating a foundations that reaches over the side of the cliff. So it's something, the highest point that I know I'm going to be building on, which is probably about here. Let's get some foundations. 1 meter high foundations will be fine. We'll snap it. And there we go, snap it. And that's now all snapped to the main thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoop it out. So I think 10 should be absolutely fine. 10 should be over everything. Let's just have a quick look. Whoops. Ooh, I've been saved again. Yeah, 10's absolutely, definitely going to do it. This is just so I can see when it's all facing inwards. Where do I need to have my the holes so I can raise it up through the floor? It also looks like we've forgotten to upgrade these to Minor Mark 2s. So I shall get on doing that. There we go. Now all 4 are up onto what we'll call the floor for now. We'll just call it the floor. Let's go up there, and now I can delete everything that's past these things. Okay, so everything here can be deleted now. I'll be honest, those look a bit weird. They look like they're coming up too far from them, and normally that doesn't happen. And it looks like it needs to be one across. Okay, so now we need to make sure that all of these go into a conveyor belt merger. There we go. So all 4 of those are now coming up into a manifold, and that will come round. And I think I'm going to send the manifold into the basement of the new factory, and then we can distribute that, and we can bring it up to as many smelters as we need. So let's just have a look at how much we are producing. So we're using the Miner Mark IIs now, and that is a normal, so that's 60. Ooh, impure. Oh, so it's impure is 60. Impure, and impure. Now we can speed that up with some shards, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. So we currently have 240 iron that we need to produce, or that we need to smelt rather, so that will be what dictates what goes into our smeltery. So let's have a look at the smelters. Each smelter can smelt 30 per minute, so we need a total of 8 smelters. And ooh, actually, I wonder if we can have, so that's where it goes in, that's where it comes out. I wonder if we could have something coming up to make that look like a chimney. That could be a good idea. I saw this on a video the other day. And it looked really cool, and I want to try it. And it looks a bit like a chimney stack. Okay, I've just built a little fun thing in the blueprint. So I saw this in a video the other day, which is these are iron frames, and I think these kind of look a bit like chimneys. So they've just been rotated to make circles, and I think that looks really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to build that into the design of this smelter setup. Here we go. So this is the outer shell for what will be our iron smelting area, and I'm currently deciding whether or not I want these sort of walls or these sort of walls. We will have in here, we will have some beams and some lights and such, probably in the middle there, and in the middle there we'll have lights going up and along to light everything up. And then we're just going to have 8 different smelters in the middle here. Currently this is coming up in the middle, but I think what I'm going to do is have everything sort of arrange itself out, and then have smelters facing inwards. So let's just get a smelter here. The smelters will be, they'll come in like this, and then they'll go through down into the bottom like that. So where are we? What does the size? What's a nice size? That looks like it'll probably be quite nice. I think this will be where the first one will go, and then we'll offset each one afterwards. There are the 8 there, which is what we need, and we've got plenty of room for expansion, so we can more than double it should we need to. And then these will all come out into the middle and go down there. Now that we've got the top sorted out, it's time to sort out the bottom. So Everything essentially is underneath this like 8-meter high wall, and it will all be split out underneath here, and you can see on the very far outside this is the upwards, the input side, and on the middle that is the output side. And essentially what I want is for all of the ores to be able to go around the outside of this, and then it'll all come inside and go out of a wall somewhere, or maybe out of the bottom somewhere. I'm not sure how I want it yet, but that's the idea. The idea now is to make this not look so unnatural sitting out the side. So I think I'm going to try and do some diagonal beams, maybe from the middle of those into wherever it goes in the rockwork. I'm not really sure what that might look like, but let's have a go. I have been watching some YouTube videos on how to do some diagonal beams, or do diagonal foundations rather, diagonal beams using the diagonal beams. So let's see if I can get it doing it. That's probably the angle. I think that looks really good, actually. So then do I have to... What is it that I do now? So that's not 100. Oh, that's not very nice. I don't like that. So then I think what we can do is we can do the beam, and now we can do the beam down this way. So we can get rid of this, and we can kind of offset it. So let's have another. Oh, that looks really cool. I really like how that looks. So get rid of that. Let's get that pillar. Let's zoop it down. There we go. Now that just looks a little bit more supported. So let's get rid of these. Do we want one in the middle? I feel like that's quite close to the middle there. Yeah, that feels like it's the middle. Right, so we can't do one in the middle, but we will look to do one this side. Okay, so now that's being supported from the outside. Bits are going in. We should probably look to connect it even. That's all of that powered up now. With a bit of luck, they'll be starting. Fab. So iron ore is now coming up into our building. Oops. I have just changed some of the power to bring in some new big power poles now, so just clean up that area a little bit. And let's go inside our building. Oh, and I forgot to hook any of this up to power. And now we have one high-tech smeltery. Oh, it does have smoke. Okay, we have one high-tech smeltery. Oh dear, I've got rid of a roof there. One high-tech smeltery, and it's producing 240 iron per minute. And here are the chimneys that you saw in the background there. So that's just, let's pretend that that's getting rid of all of the smoke that our smelters are creating. Not yet connected up to the path. I don't know what I'm going to do with that path just yet, but I anticipate I am going to change something. All of that iron comes down out of the bottom of this here. But where am I going to put the next factory? Is it just going to be here? There we go. I have just updated it just to make these all nice grey and shiny to represent the iron that we are manufacturing here. Also, I've just done a few colour modifications to the outside just to make it all, well, flow a little bit better. Let's have a look there. So there we go again. Same with those dark grey on the outside. Yeah, so now we need to bring the iron from down here over to here. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of follow this this curve around. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it would be kind of cool to just have like a curving factory to go back here up against the cliff wall. I don't know if everything will fit in there, but it's all going to come in from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying down some foundations, and we will see what that all looks like when they're down. I'm just over to the foundations, and I can see that there are some circle foundations here, so I might buy them and see if the walls snap to it. That could make things a little bit easier. And I've heard the road barriers are what we need to create the diagonal foundations. So the corners aren't quite as big as I thought they were going to be, which is weird. I'm not entirely sure how I would use them currently, but I believe if we use a side door wall, well, that was saying it was new. If we use a road barrier, here we go, and we make this, we make it look, is that going to work? Is that going to all work the same? Let's just go along. Right, that one's not working properly. There we go. I have heard that if we can now snap a foundation to it, so let's just have a quick. Okay, so foundation snaps to the outside. So not quite as I anticipated it being. Let's just get rid of those and just see if we can. There we go. Oh, I just had it. Just almost. There we go. That comes out a bit further though. Let's just... Okay, so it's not quite the same. Maybe I've done something wrong. But it's not quite the same as I'd anticipating it being. Let's just... yeah, because that's just out a little bit. Maybe I've... Let's get rid. That does look like it's the middle though, doesn't it? Maybe I need to put them on individually, perhaps? Let's have a see. No, it doesn't quite line up. No, that's coming far out. Okay, well maybe maybe for this one I'll have to do a little bit more research. Maybe watch a couple of videos before before making a decision on the outside of the wall, because I really would like to have something just a little bit nice shaped. I've spent the next well, ages on this, then theory crafting everything to see what size it needed to be so that I could fit it all on the different layers, and I really wanted this to be quite compact. I wanted it to be ratioed really well, and I found out that with the 240 iron I could make 10 modular frames per minute, so then it's all on some different floors, but I'll explain that a little bit later. But yeah, the majority of my time then was spent just building these floors before then trying to find a final shape for the building. Whoops, I forgot I wasn't filming. Here I am just creating some curved walls, so thank you very much for I can't remember his name that I was watching. It's Total Eclipse, I believe. He said about the 10-degree catwalk walks, being able to do curved ground, so thank you very much for that. It's very much appreciated. That is exactly what I'm looking for to help make my next wall, because I think what I want to do is make it all glass, and I think that will help me to decorate this building really quite nicely. I kind of want to have a spiral glass window type thing around this curve bit. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work, but we shall see. That took absolutely ages, but do you know what? It's worked really, really well, because these glass walls now just clip exactly to the sides. So this really is exactly what I was looking for this part of the build. Yeah, really, really pleased with it. Having a look at the build now, I'm starting to see a natural shape come out. So on this far right hand side, it looks as though it could come down like diagonally to the floor. So that's, I think I'm going to see if the roof bits and pieces will allow me to do that. Obviously this is in the wrong place for it, but yeah, maybe either I bring it out like this, or I tried to rearrange the inside a little bit. But I think maybe the big roof pieces will allow me to do that sloped shape. I'm not entirely sure about these 8-meter roof bits at the moment because it does leave some bit of a gap, but if I do use these 4 meters, then it's not big enough for what I want, and the diagonal doesn't seem to just match up with the foundations enough. Even if I do it this way, I suppose it does. But then I'd need to make the entire build so much wider, and I just don't think it would go all the way up to the top either. No, it's just not high enough. It's not high enough for what I want it to do. Okay, diagonally downwards is exactly what I want. So this comes really nice. It comes down at a really nice angle. It finishes at the edge of a foundation. I can do some sort of blocking off for this piece. I'm sure if I use like a beam or something like that, I'm sure I could, or even just the wall, I could block that off. And this comes down and finishes exactly where I want it to be. That is definitely the right angle, and yeah, I think these metal walls work really well with the glass actually, and it fits in really nicely with the 8-meter ramps. I think we're onto a bit of a winner here. So this is what it looks like so far. I think that curve is looking absolutely perfect. Like the shape of the curve is looking really nice. I think the metal goes down, that angle's really nice. I think it's a really unique shaped building. The glass isn't enough for its own self, so I'm going to try and put a spiral up the side of the glass and just see if I can do anything with that. And now I'm just trying to make a little bit of a spiral around it all to see if I can make something that looks a little bit pretty. This is kind of what I have in mind for it. A little spiral going up and around, just a little decorative spiral. And there may be now some inverted ramps underneath it. Ah, there we go. This is coming along nicely. Or it might be better. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It might be better as concrete, but just have a play around for now. See what it turns out like. I think that looks really quite cool actually. I'm really liking how this is looking. And then probably let's make it, we can probably do it from each floor actually. So can we do another one? Oh, so that, right, let's start that one upside down. Yes. I don't like that. The way that all goes through. Maybe we have to put a line of concrete in there. We'll see about that at the end. There we go. Not entirely sure about the grey bit offsets on the right hand side, I think we might have to change those and maybe just make them chrome coloured or something similar. Yeah, that's definitely looking better. I think that darker colour really brings it all together, offsets the metal nicely, and seems to just bring it all together really. There we go, and I think I've just hooked it all up to power as the morning's coming back in, so it is looking lovely outside. That's a bit of a dirty window though. Hey, of a day, or maybe it's a frosty window. I don't know. That's quite nice detail though, regardless. Oh, it makes a noise. Ooh-cha. I was wondering if I could smash it then. Okay, so here we go. Everything will end up coming to here. And then I don't really know what we'll do. So for now, we'll double it back into an industrial storage container. Let's put it in line with this. We can put it there. Bring that all around there. And now everything's going into that lovely industrial storage container. I'm not putting any lights in here just yet, and I've not decorated any of it just yet. But I think it's time for us to see. Let's turn it on. Whoops. Let's turn it on and see if it works. So that one is definitely connected up in there. This one's the outside connection. With a bit of luck, it will... Oh, let's just see. Have we got any electricity going? It should be going. Yep. So now we just need to connect up these two lines. And everything... There we go. Everything's... Whoops. Where'd it go? Everything's going in. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, we've got our first iron bars being created already. Those ones go straight up to the very top. And then these iron bars come around. Oh, you can just see it all going along there. These iron bars all come into screws, which again are going to go up. And it will take a little while to backfill everything there. Go on to the second floor and let's see what's happening now. Whoops. So these are making iron plates. This is iron ingots going into iron plates. Oh, I'm going to have to change that and make that a square. Whoops. There we go. That's nice. So all those iron plates are going in properly now. And so some of those screws come up here. So that's where we saw them from underneath. They come up here and they all go in to make reinforced iron plates. So that's making 15 reinforced iron plates. Those reinforced iron plates go up there and round there. Let's keep going along. We'll go up the stairs once more. And those reinforced iron plates, where do they get sent? Ah, they're being sent to the opposite ends, aren't they? Yes, so iron rods there. Oh, I forgot to hook this one up. There we go. So we get to see the last one in time. So let's just flick that one back round. We can connect this up. And there we have all the very, very few reinforced iron plates popped into here. We've not got enough iron rods in these ones just yet, so these will come along eventually. Oh, what's happening with the iron rods? Why have we not got any more iron rods coming up? There they are. They are. Oh, I suppose it's filling this one to the brim first, isn't it? That's what I thought. Yeah. That one. So it's the overspill at first. I don't think we've had anything created just yet. No. But we'll stop and we'll wait to find out which one makes one first. And there we go. That one in the middle. Oh, of course, that makes sense, doesn't it? Let's watch that come out. And now we've got the far end one working as well, and the second far end one working. And we've got our first modular frames. Woo! So I think it's time to actually unlock some barriers, because I don't feel hugely safe around those stairs at the moment. Let's run back, and while we're running back, we can also take a nice look behind ourselves. So we started with that big orange box monstrosity, and they are the factories that we have now. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the roof yet, but I might do something decorative. I need to put a roof on there. I don't quite know what it will look like at the moment, but I might do some spirals up with beams. That could look quite cool. I guess we'll see. We're going to go for both railings though. Might as well go for both railings while we're here. So that's both the industrial railing and the modern railing. Let's just see. Oh, whoops. Do they have any? No, it's just the single ones. That's why they're one each. And back over, and we can make our fence nice and safe. Something needs to happen at the bottom of this as well. I don't quite know what to do at the bottom of that yet, but I am going to decorate it all grey, like we did with the iron, because this is all our modular frames. Architecture, yes. Modern railing. What about the industrial railing? What does that look like? Ooh. I do quite like that. I think that's very smart. Yep, prevents us from falling down. And what about those bits? Nah, that doesn't work very well. Oh well. If anyone knows of a quicker way to paint everything, please do let me know, because if not, I'm just spending ages and ages going around and just touching everything, basically just making sure it's all the right color, and there's no real way for me to check that I've done everything. I'm fairly confident I can change the color of every machine. And I am aware of pressing G to lock it to paint a certain thing, but ideally I'd like to do, you know, like when you do like a rectangle grab and it just like selects everything at once and then changes it that color. So if anyone knows anything like that, please do let me know in the comments. That'd be really appreciated. Here we go. So I have only decorated the base layer, but it's all in nice grey, shiny, sleek, with a little bit of red contrasting on those constructors, and the floor is looking all nice and shiny and polished. I kind of want these to be real contrasting, and yeah, I think this yellow looks really good actually. I think that makes it pop just a little bit in the area. And we'll do the yellow in the same for these barriers as well. So this is just some sort of little sculpture, just kind of playing around at this point, seeing what everything does, seeing how it all snaps to itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to have 9 on it, like the one behind me, and we'll just see what that looks like after we're finished. There we go, that's the 2, and I think they look reasonably in line with each other. And then what I kind of want is, I kind of want it creating some sort of modular frame. Maybe I'll create the modular frame in a blueprint so that I can stick it on something, because I kind of want it on its corner. But let's go and see what that looks like from afar. That was just some little messing about. I think that looks quite nice. Then like a little modular frame on its corner, as though it's being supported by the two of those. I think that could be really cool. Okay, so I found what I can't do is I can't diagonally place the frame. So let's see with some beams. There we go. So that's the modular frame on its side, which I think that looks pretty cool. Let's get rid of this. So now with this one, can we rotate it, and what does that look like? Okay, so yeah, we can rotate it round, but sadly not on its axis. Well, not on a different axis. Let's see what that looks like on top of those things over there. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's the decoration I want. Oh, that is a day for now. Well, I shall finish off the internal decorations off camera and just get all the rest of that painted and get those supports underneath put in. But yes, if you have enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing, and I have enjoyed playing, I do think the base designs are accelerating in how much I'm proud of them. So yes, please do like, subscribe, leave a comment, give any ideas for factories that you've got or anything like that. I'm always happy to try and do what I can to implement them. But yes, for now, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.